Hi Dixie, I'm Courtney. I'm your financial planner for today. How's your day been?
Yeah, it's been okay. I did get lost getting here though, so
Oh no. Oh, that's a shame. Well, you got here in the end. That's a good thing.
yeah.
That's all right. Before we get started, did you want a drink of water, tea?
Tea if you have it, please.
Oh, awesome. So here you go. Okay, so just so I can get an understanding of your knowledge of our industry, have you ever seen a financial planner before?
No, this is the first time I've ever looked into it,
Oh,
and
okay.
I don't know anyone that has used a financial planner, so this is completely foreign to me.
Oh, that's good. Well, you're taking all the right steps to, not everyone's financially literate. So that's pretty much what our entire industry is about, just taking that burden off you and giving you the tools you need to meet your financial goals pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, since you haven't actually or don't have any industry experience, I should say, I'll just run you through the what's called the financial process really quickly, just so
Okay,
you know
perfect.
what step we're at and where we're going to go.
Yeah.
So,
And so you don't mind me taking notes for this?
no, go ahead. Okay, so this is the financial process here. So, in these first three steps is kind of what we're doing in this meeting. So, we're gathering a bit of information, establishing your goals and objectives, analysing that data, and identifying any financial issues. In that sort of sense, we'll consider any strategies of how to achieve your goals. From this point, we'll actually prepare and develop what's called your statement of advice. I'll run you through that in more detail, what that is. Then we'll implement any recommendations that we give you if you do like them and that sort of thing. And then once we review and revise your statement of advice, that sort of stage is if your circumstance changes and or your goals change and you want to update it, then we'll give you kind of like a review meeting and we'll do it that way.
And so with this process, like how long do I get that? Is it the statement of advice?
Oh, okay. So it depends on your goals. So if you have come to us and you have a goal in the short term, then we'll have to turn over your statement of advice sooner rather than later. That's what that means. Okay. So first, before we get started on that fact find that you filled out the other day, thank you for filling that out, by the way. We'll just talk about what's called the financial services guide. So this is pretty much our compliance. So we just need to make sure that we're both on the same page and if you have any issues, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So here, like I was telling you, so a statement of advice is just advice tailored to your personal circumstances and needs. That's what you'll receive after this meeting. Then we'll go on and give you a record of advice. That's pretty much just what we talked about. And then any product disclosure statements. So that's the sort of documents that you might receive. All of that information's in here if you need to go over what documents which, pretty much.
And so, sorry, so the record of advice, is that like a transcript of?
Or not necessarily a transcript, maybe just of notes of what we've spoken about, what your strategies are, that sort of thing. We've also just included a bit of information about the firm and myself. And yeah, so you did mention that you don't have any knowledge of the financial planning industry. So it kind of works in these three areas. So there's wealth creation, wealth protection, and retirement planning. So it's kind of, people get confused where it overlaps with accounting. So this is pretty much all we're allowed to cover in that sort of sense. Yeah. So since they meet with your goals, you can focus on that.
So would these be categorized with age unofficially?
In a sense, yes. So obviously if we had a client that was 20 years old, we wouldn't necessarily put retirement planning as a main priority.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So yeah, I guess. Okay, so CE Financial Planners actually runs off a fee for service. So other companies do commissions, referral fees, that sort of thing. So ours is a fee for service. We'll go over costs in that if you like what you see and what you hear in this initial interview.
Oh, so this is like a quote sort of thing, and then once you go ahead.
Yeah. So other firms actually charge for this initial interview, but we like to Well, when you come to a financial planner like yourself, you don't have any knowledge. How are you expected to upfront a cost without even knowing what you're getting into?
Oh, that's quite fair then.
Yeah. So that's what we like to do here, just to get our customers and get to know them and that sort of thing. Okay, and this is the complaint resolution procedure. So if you have any issues or anything that you feel like myself as your advisor goes out of the spectrum of that statement of advice, you can go to here and submit any complaints or any issues like that. Okay, this is just a quick profile about me. You can read through that later. It does touch on fees, but like I said, if you like what we go through here, then I'll tell you the prices from then on. Okay, so now we'll go on to the fact find that you filled out. So we'll just confirm details here.
Yep.
That's pretty much all we're doing. So you and your partner actually filled this out, Jake Collar?
Yep.
Okay, so he's happy for you to make decisions in regards to your finances today?
Yeah, he's given me full permission.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll still send this off for him to sign, but
Yeah,
that's good that you've probably spoken about everything in here.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just your details, and you do have a son?
Yeah, Wilbur.
Okay, so he's 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's great. And okay, so your notes here, you've stated that he's going to go to Bond University. That's big.
Yeah, we're really excited.
Oh, awesome. And that's so nice that you guys said that you want to support him through his studies.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, it might seem like a good idea now, but that's really nice that it gives him, like, probably not so much financial pressure when he's a student. Like, that's awesome that you guys want to do that for him. So we can definitely work that into your goals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. And you've set your goals in an order of priority. That's really good to know what next stages that we're going to go through. Okay, so your first priority here. Okay, so you said you want to pay off your mortgage a bit faster. You have 500,000 left over on that one?
Yep.
Okay, where's that? Your house?
Oh,
actually, you said it was in Pimpama.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice. And it was a 3-bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, awesome. So your next goal, you guys want to go to America. That's cool.
Yeah, we're really excited about that one. That's been like a dream of ours for so long.
Oh, that's so nice. Well, that's good. We, like, with your strategies, we can work in to make that happen. And you want to go for 3 to 4 weeks. So will you be backpacking or staying in hotels, visiting family?
No, backpacking. Hotels for sure.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that gives me a rough idea of like what prices that you're looking at. Do you know roughly how much you're wanting to spend on that? You can just throw out a ballpark figure.
Maybe 7,000.
7,000. Okay. And then your next priority here. So you've said you just want to look at protecting your son financially because you don't have a will yet.
No, it's something that I have put to the bottom of the list, but now he's getting older.
Yeah, no, that's more common than what you think. A lot of people don't realize that even when they get married, like how you and your partner are married, that people normally update their wills at that point. So it's an ongoing process. So That's fine. We can give you a bit of information about starting a will and where you need to go from there.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so here, priority 4, you said you want to organise your super. You're not too sure how super works?
I haven't really put any time and effort into understanding it. So I've just kept it the same from my very first job and just carried it throughout all my other jobs.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm like that as well. I haven't changed my super since my first job. So that's all right. I can give you a bit of information about that too. And you've said here, so you've got 150,000 in one fund?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. And so you're not too sure whether to keep it in the fund that you have now or to transfer over to another one?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, that's all right. Well, we can look at what different features that different policies offer and things like that. What works best for you? So you're sending Wilbur to university. That's about your priority 5.
Mm-hmm.
So have you looked at tuition fees and things like that?
I have a rough idea, but nothing specific.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's all right. Well, I can look that up for you as well. And okay, so you also want advice on money management. Okay, so you want to understand better saving strategies, and that's more of a long-term goal.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right. Well, that's good. You've got a good base to start with, so we can work with that. You also filled out your risk profile questionnaire, which is good. So, did you know initially what that was?
No.
Okay, so actually, when people consider that, like, look at what their risk profile is, it's say what tolerance you have to investing and whether you're okay with losing money or whether you're more of a safe investor, things like that. So what your score tells us is that you're actually comfortable in a growth investment strategy. So that deviates like your investments to more 85% growth between you and your partner. So that gives you an idea. It pretty much puts a name to the way you like to invest, pretty much. And if you're not familiar with it, this is called a risk-return trade-off. So like anything, when you invest, there's safer investments and there's riskier investments. So if you want to invest in a riskier investment, generally there's higher returns. If you choose something safer, like, for example, like a savings account, you're not going to lose any money there, but your money's safer, but you might earn less in that sort of investment. So that's kind of just an overview of what this means. So higher the risk, higher the return, lower the risk, lower the return. Okay, yeah. So it says here, so you as a couple in your joint investment profile is about 85% growth. Okay. So it says here that you also work part-time. Is that for your son?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you probably just dropped your hours just to look after him. Is that what happened?
Yeah. So yeah, I needed to spend more time with him. So that's exactly.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, well, that's pretty much what the primary caregiver does. Sorry. Okay, and so here in your salary, so you earn part-time for $40,000?
Yep, that's about
right. Okay, and your partner 120?
Yeah.
Okay. So he works full-time? All right, awesome. And where exactly do you work?
Paradise Resort.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm one of the main designers there.
Oh, awesome. That's a really cool industry, so you get paid to draw.
Pretty much.
That's awesome. Okay, and here you said your partner works in logistics and transport at Woolworths?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay, awesome. All right. Okay. So here we're looking at your home loan. So you've identified that it's got an interest rate of 3.79%, and you guys pay, here it says $2,788 a month.
Yep.
And you actually also have a credit card, and that's $10,000 owing, and you've got a bit of a higher interest rate. Sorry, on that one. Okay. And you want to pay that one off as well, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's good. So you've actually been making $20 voluntary payments. Okay, and that's between you and your partner, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right, that's all right. So you feel like you're not making a dent into that. So we can look at different strategies to try and pay that off a bit faster for you. All right, so going on to your super. So you're actually with BT Super? Okay. And that's just through your your employer contributions, isn't it? Okay, awesome. All right, awesome. So your partner actually said that he doesn't want any advice in regards to super. He's happy with what he has. Okay. I might give him a bit of information. Like, he can take it as he wants, but just because he's on a higher salary, it might actually work better for him if he considers something called salary sacrifice. But he doesn't know. Like, it won't be included in your statement of advice.
I'll let him know.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Okay, so everything looks good in your fact find. I did just want to go over your goals again, just because when we were going through them, I did see um, just a few things about your time frames. So I know you said here that your mortgage, I just want to confirm it. You want to pay your mortgage off faster, but you said it was a short-term goal. But a short-term goal was actually within the year. Did you want it within the year, or was that more of a long-term goal?
Yeah, that would.
Yeah, I did think so.
Long-term.
Okay, and also here for your trip to America, when were you planning to actually do that? Next year?
Yeah.
Okay. So if it's somewhere next year, that I think that would maybe put it at a medium-term goal, if that's all right with you. It's still, of course, completely obtainable, but we just need to push it back to classify it as a medium-term goal.
That's fine.
Okay, awesome. And with your will, that was correct. So you did want to get that done, even though it's not necessarily your top priority. You did want to get that done within the year?
Yes, please.
Okay, yep, that sounds good. Were you, just in regards to your will, were you planning on having any more children, or just...
No, we'll visit first.
Okay, so you won't be expecting any lifestyle changes where you'll need to update your will again?
I can't see that happening.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to confirm that just to be sure. And just off in regards to Wilbur's university fees, from memory, what I had with another client, I know that university fees for bond aren't, like, I know you put here 25,000, but I know from memory that they're actually kind of around the 100 range. Was that still, knowing that price, did you still want to put it in your goals, or was it something you want to talk with your partner and reevaluate?
No, I think that needs to stay, because that's Wilbur's choice, not our choice.
Oh, yeah, well, that's lovely. So I just wanted you to be aware that tuition fees are actually around the 100K mark. But
well, obviously, if we can make it work.
Yeah. So that's good that in that sense, then, that you prioritised your goals. So the first thing you did want to do was, of course, pay off your mortgage. And even though it is a long-term goal, we can implement strategies to try and achieve that faster for you.
Yeah.
Okay. And I just wanted to show you some information. I'll send this home with you so you can have a read through it. But this is when I was reading through your fact find before you came in today, I just gathered some information about wills. I know just right off the bat, a lot of people don't know where to start. So this information here will just give you some information. I just found it on the Queensland government sites. And if you want to look at that website even further, you can. But you can just read through this and I'll send that home with you. Also, in regards to your credit card, so I know you said that you and your partner were making together a total of $40 additional contributions on top of the minimum payments.
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you know that if you bump that up to together, if you pay $472 a month, so here I'll just work that out for you. So between you both, that's only $59 each. So from $20 to $59, you can actually pay your credit card off a lot sooner if that's what you wanted. Okay. Yeah. So these are just little visual ways so you can see the difference between paying the minimum
and then so if we paid the $59 a week, how soon can we pay that off?
Well, according to this, if you just stick to the minimums on top of things like interest, since it is a higher interest rate, it was at 13.9, I think.
Yeah.
It would actually, over the years, it would bump it up to paying $21,000 instead of $10,000. So instead of paying it off in 27 years, if you just do the minimum and keep on, everyone keeps on using their credit card even when they pay it off. But if you stick to this plan, pay $59 each and try and limit your spendings on that credit card, you'd actually pay it off in just over 2 years.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's a really big thing to consider, because I know you have some wealth creation goals, but before we start creating wealth, we actually need to get rid of debt. Yep. It doesn't work, like they kind of work against each other. So we need to tackle that one first. And by doing that, you actually are creating wealth. So that would be a recommendation that would put in your SOA, your statement of advice. Yes. Okay, so if you're happy with everything that we've gone through here today, what's the next step? What I showed you in the financial planning process here. Mm-hmm. So we've just gone through this. We're at this stage here, step 4. So we're going to prepare your statement of advice. It might take us some time now that we've gone into a bit more detail with your goals. And then I'll send it to all this information to our paraplanner, and they'll pretty much create a file note of this is what's going to happen, this is what we're going to do. And so it just clears things up a bit about the next step, about how we're going to invest your money to meet your goals. Mm-hmm. In that sense, also it's not as if we're just going to take your money and do with it what we will. You'll agree upon those recommendations, you'll sign it off, so we're all aware of what each other's doing.
And so with this statement of advice, mm-hmm. How many pages would that be?
To be honest, it depends. So people who have more detailed goals or more goals, it might be longer. Or, for example, someone who's a different investor to you, maybe they're a conservative investor, mm-hmm. or they have specific things that they want to do. It just varies. It's client to client pretty much. And like I just briefly went through in the beginning, so if you have any circumstances that change, we'll revise it. Either you can let us know, or we'll go through a quarterly revision where you come back, we make sure your goals are still being met, we're working towards them, and we can revise it, keep it as it is, or go from that stage. So the next thing we need to do is just go through your terms of engagement. So this is just the formalities of what I was saying to you before, that you know what we're doing, you're happy with the recommendations, you know your goals are going to be met, that sort of thing. Yeah. So we'll just go through here. We'll sign. Okay. Actually, just so we can make sure that everything's signed and dotted all the I's, crossed the T's sort of thing, we'll do it here. So we've helped you, have we helped you meet your financial needs and lifestyle goals? Yep. Awesome. Help you confirm and maximize your entitlement to receive Social Security payments. Yep. That one doesn't reply to you. Maximize your wealth through a disciplined program of savings and wealth creation. Mm-hmm. Minimize income tax liability. Okay. I feel like I don't want to go through this.
Yeah, just put it in there.
Okay.
Just go to the next thing.
Alright, so just for the final stage of this entire process, so we'll just go through your terms of engagement. This is just so it pretty much just confirms that you're happy with what we're doing. Like, for example, we've helped you meet your goals, your financial needs, help you meet your income requirements, things like that. So you'll go through this, tick things off that you're happy with, and just sign down the bottom here. So today's date is the 26th of the 11th. Just sign here. And you've gone through and ticked all those, so just sign right there. Awesome. So this is it. So you feel comfortable, you're happy with your goals?
Yeah, I think the way that you've mapped it out has been really clear, and I'm excited to see where you take this.
Yeah, so in your statement of advice, you'll see how what investment strategies we give you. You'll see it in the file note. And then if you have any questions or complaints, like you know your procedures and things like that. All right, that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No worries.